$18.8 trillion. Take a second and let that number sit in the back of your throat. 18.8 trillion. That is the total amount of debt currently hanging around the necks of American families as of this week, February 2026. It's a number so massive it feels fake, right? Like a phone number for a planet that doesn't exist. But it is very real. It's the weight of every unpaid mortgage, every maxed out credit card, every student loan that feels like a life sentence. And while you're sitting there trying to figure out how the price of a gallon of milk became a political debate, the system just upgraded the bars of your cage. For those of you who hear words like macroeconomics or consumer credit indices and feel your eyes glaze over, don't look away. That's exactly what they want. They use those boring, dusty words to keep you from realizing that the house is on fire. In plain, simple English, the American middle class is being hunted. We aren't living in a free market anymore. We're living in a digital plantation. And the overseer isn't a man in a suit. It's an algorithm that has already decided your future before you even woke up this morning. Imagine you're sitting at your kitchen table tonight. It's late. The house is quiet. You've done everything they told you to do. You got the degree, you took the job, you pay your taxes, you think you're in control. But what if I told you that while you're pouring that second cup of coffee, an invisible eye is analyzing the fact that you bought that coffee at 11 p.m.? What if I told you that a machine you'll never see has already flagged your bank account because you decided to split a lunch bill with a friend on a Tuesday instead of a Friday? This isn't some sci-fi movie. This is the lived reality for millions of Americans right now. Meet the Johnsons, a family of 4 in a quiet suburb in Ohio. Mom's a teacher. Dad's been working warehouse shifts for 15 years. They are the definition of good people. They kept a little emergency fund. They avoided the high interest traps. They played by the rules. Last Friday, they applied for a new lease. Their credit score was fine, a solid 720, but the application came back with a cold, automated denied. No explanation, no human to call, just a digital middle finger. Why? Because the AI running the landlord screening saw a pattern. It saw that dad stopped taking overtime 3 months ago because he wanted to be home to coach his son's baseball team. To you and me, that's being a father. To the machine, that's a red flag for income instability. It saw that mom switched from her usual grocery store to a discount outlet across town. To you, that's being smart. To the AI, that's a stress signal indicating a loss of purchasing power. The result? The machine decided they couldn't reliably pay rent next month, and just like that, their future started to tilt. For those who don't understand how this works, it's like having a stalker who follows you into every store, watches every penny you spend, and then whispers to your bank, I don't think they're gonna make it, even if you've never missed a single payment in your life. This is the new credit. It's not about what you've done, it's about what a computer thinks you might do based on the billions of data points it stole from your phone. And look at the timing. On February 10th, the Fed released its latest report. Credit card debt just hit $1.28 trillion. That's a $44 billion jump in just 3 months. Why is this happening? Because the system is designed to keep you in the red. They need you in debt because debt makes you predictable. A man with a paid-off house and cash in the bank is a threat to the system because he can say no. But a man with a $1.85 trillion national deficit breathing down his neck, which is what the CBO just announced this week, that man is a servant. If you aren't an economics expert, let me break it down for you. The government is maxing out the country's credit cards to pay for things you never asked for. And they are putting your name and your children's names on the bill. They're printing money out of thin air, which makes the $100 bill in your wallet worth about $60 in real-world value, and then they have the nerve to tell you that inflation is cooling. It's a double tap to the head of every hardworking person in this country. They burn your savings with inflation on one side, and they crush your dreams with high interest rates on the other. You're being squeezed into a corner of existence where you own nothing. You're tracked everywhere, and you're supposed to be grateful for the crumbs. It's heartbreaking. I see people working 3 jobs, sleeping in their cars, sacrificing their health, all to climb a ladder that the banks have covered in grease. And then some kid in a hoodie in a Silicon Valley office writes a piece of code that decides you aren't creditworthy because your payroll data showed a 2-day fluctuation. It's an insult to human dignity. It's a violation of the very idea of what America was supposed to be. But here is the most brutal part. They are using the recent bank failures, like Metropolitan Capital just a few days ago, to scare you into the pen. They want the small local banks to die. They want you forced into the 4 or 5 too big to fail monsters. Why? Because those monsters are the ones building the digital cages. They are the ones who will implement the central bank digital currencies. They want a world where your money has an expiration date. A world where, if you don't spend your paycheck on approved items by the end of the month, it simply vanishes from your app. They want to rent your life back to you 1 month at a time based on an algorithm's approval. Now, how does the machine actually see you? It aggregates every ripple. It knows your employment records, your health history, your travel patterns. It knows if you're a long-term liability. It even uses AI tools to monitor your conversations and predict if you're a turnover risk at your job before you even think about quitting. They are building a script for your life, and if you deviate from the script, they turn off the faucet. They adjust your lending thresholds. They push you toward alternative products that look cheap but are designed to bleed you dry for 30 years. If your stomach is turning right now, good. You're finally paying attention. You aren't overreacting to feel unsettled by the speed at which your financial life can be rewritten by an unseen calculator. You are witnessing a shift in the most intimate parts of human existence: where you live, how you provide for your family, and how you plan for the day you finally stop working. And the truth is, the speed and the darkness of this AI takeover are moving way faster than any law or protection. There is no one coming to save you. There is no customer service for a rejected life. So, what do? We don't retreat. We don't hide in a hole. We start by becoming a ghost in their machine. We start by knowing our numbers better than they do. You need to pull your reports. You need to dispute every single inaccuracy. You need to treat your financial data like it's a matter of national security, because for your family, it is. You have to build your own safety net outside of their automated traps. You have to understand that every time you use their convenient little apps to split a ride or buy a sandwich, you are feeding the beast that wants to cage you. Start being intentional. Look at your last 6 months. If a cold, heartless I looked at your bank statement, what story would it tell? Does it see someone in control, or does it see a yield to be harvested? Even if you are struggling, you have to learn how to present a reality that the machine can't weaponize against you. Diversify your income. Don't let one payroll deposit be the only thing keeping your heart beating, because if that AI-driven layoff comes, and it's coming for millions, you need to have a door that isn't locked by their code. I want you to sit in the silence of your home tonight and really think about this. Are you a citizen of a free republic, or are you just a data point in a global experiment? The system wants you to be a number. It wants you to be a stable, predictable, debt-servicing unit. It doesn't want you to have a soul or a family or a dream that isn't financed at 24% APR. The first domino fell this month with the banking collapses. The crash isn't a headline in the future. It's the air you're breathing right now. They are clearing the field. They are making sure the only way to survive is to submit to the algorithm. But they forgot one thing. Machines can't handle the unpredictable nature of the human spirit when it's pushed too far. I want to hear from you. I want the comments on this video to be a graveyard for their data models. Tell me when the machine lied about you. Tell me when you were denied a home, a car, or a future because of an automated no. Let the data points start talking to each other. When we share our stories, the machine glitches. When we stand together, the blueprint fails. In the next video, I'm going to show you the specific practical steps to shield your assets and your housing from the banking reset that is scheduled for later this year. We're going to look at the math they forbid schools from teaching. We're going to learn how to be the exception to their rule. If you're ready to stop being a yield and start being a human being again, stay tuned. The exit door is still there, but the light is fading. I am the architect. I've seen the blueprint they have for you, and I'm telling you, it's time to tear it down. Stay sharp, stay free, and for the love of everything you hold dear, wake up.